Autumn 1966. The small town of Point Pleasant looked quiet and ordinary. Narrow streets, old houses, several shops, and a large Ohio River slowly flowing past the city. Everyone knew each other here. No one believed in monsters. But it was in the autumn of that year that something began that people remember today. Something that changed the history of the city forever. November 12th. A teenager named Marco returned home late at night. He was 17. He liked to walk alone. A thick fog hung over the city, and old factories near the abandoned TNT area stood in silent shadows. That's when he saw it. First, 2 red lights. They hung between the trees. Marco thought it was the headlights of the car, but the light was too high. The lights rose slowly, and then he understood. It was the eyes. A huge dark figure stood among the trees. High, black, and behind her back the wings opened. Marco froze. The eyes looked straight at him, without blinking, without moving, and then the creature opened its wings wider, and flew away, without any sound. Marco rushed to run. The next day, the story spread throughout the city. Some laughed. Sova, they said, or a big crane. But in a week, 4 more people saw the creature. The couple driving on the road near the factories suddenly saw her on the side of the road. A tall black figure stood on the road. The eyes glowed red. When the car approached, the creature rose into the air. I started to follow the car, 100 kilometers per hour, and she didn't lag behind. The wings didn't even wave. She just glided in the air. When the car entered the city, the creature suddenly disappeared. After that, people started saying one word. Mothman. The butterfly man. Marco couldn't forget those eyes. They dreamed of him every night. He started reading about strange creatures, about legends, about creatures that appear before disasters. And the more he read, the more he felt a strange feeling. It was as if Mothman was looking at him. One night, Marco decided to return to the old factory. With a camera. If he removes the creature, it will be a sensation. But he didn't even know what he would see. This place looked creepy. Old concrete bunkers. Rusty pipes. Dark water in abandoned quarries. The wind whistled between the trees. Marco turned on the camera. If you're here, show up. He whispered. And then I heard a sound. The rustle of the wings. He raised the flashlight. At the top of the old bunker sat a huge shadow. Almost 3 meters high. The wings are folded. And the eyes glowed red. Marco felt the cold running down his back. The creature slowly turned its head and looked at him, as if I was waiting. Suddenly the creature flew away. The wings opened. The wind hit Marco in the face. He fell. The camera rolled on the ground. When he raised his head, the creature flew over him. I was spinning, as if I was studying it. Then she flew sharply towards the city. Marco grabbed the camera and ran after her. He didn't know why, but I felt it was important. The creature flew to the bridge, an old steel bridge over the river. It was the Silver Bridge. Marco picked up the camera. Mothman hung over the bridge. A few seconds, and then suddenly disappeared into the darkness. Marco was standing on the shore, and I didn't understand what that meant. In a few weeks. December 15th, 1967. Evening. The city was preparing for Christmas. People were crossing the bridge. Suddenly, there was a metal crack, then another one, and in a second the whole bridge collapsed into the river. The cars fell into the water. People were screaming. The steel broke like paper. It was a tragedy that the city will never forget. 46 people died. It will be called the Silver Bridge Collapse. Marco took out his camera, and I watched the recording of that night. The video showed the creature sitting on the bunker. But then something strange happened. The camera accidentally captured the moment when Mothman was looking straight into the lens. And at that moment, a strange sound appeared on the recording. Like a whisper. Marco made the sound louder. And then I heard the words. Quiet. Distorted. But understandable. Bridge. Fall. Marco felt his blood cool. The creature was not a monster. She warned. After the collapse of the bridge, no one saw the creature again. Not once. As if she had accomplished her mission. And disappeared. But sometimes people in Point Pleasant say that two red lights can be seen over the river at night. They look out of the dark, and they are waiting. The next disaster. Many years have passed. Marco became a journalist. One day he received a letter. No address. There was a photo inside. Made somewhere in another city. She was wearing a tall black figure, with wings, and red eyes. Only 2 words were written on the back. He returns. He's coming back. And this time, no one knows what will happen next.